As the search party prepared to die, they tearfully lamented their fate, quietly watched by Sampati, an old vulture in a hidden place. The wingless old scavenger smiled and laughed to himself with glee. All these monkeys will die here, making easy meals for me. Craning his neck, he carefully listened to the Vaanar's talk, as they recalled Ram's fate, how in it they had been caught, how Prince Raam had been banished to honour Dasharat's promise, how Raavan had stolen Seeta and killed Jatayu with such malice. As Sampati heard Jatayu's name, he let out a mournful cry. "Who speaks Jatayu's name? Is it true my brother has died?" Startled, the Vaanars looked around. "Who calls out to us?" "It is I," replied Sampati, "Jatayu's older brother who does." Sampati hobbled towards them. "Do not run, there is no need to fear. These old legs can hardly move, and I cannot fly, there are no wings here. As foolish children, Jatayu and I flew too close to the sun. Shielding him from the searing heat, my beautiful wings were burnt. Now please introduce yourselves and repeat all you have said. Tell me of Ram and Seeta. Is beloved Jatayu really dead?" The Vaanars did as they were asked, explaining everything at length, consoling Sampati at his loss, appreciating Jatayu's courage and strength. "Now we are here," they explained, "unable to move forward or go back. Do not give up hope, my friends. I may help you find the right track. It is true I am wingless and old, but my eyes are still sharp and true. I can see over great distances. Let me find Seeta for you." Sampati gazed over the horizon with an image of Seeta in his heart, the qualities she would possess, the suffering of being apart. All of a sudden his face lit up, his old aura began to glow. "I can see dear Seeta. Where she is, I can tell you, I know." The Vaanars had no doubt this was true, as even before he spoke, Sampati's wings began to grow back, his feathers shone like a new cloak. The Vaanars forgot all talk of death. In joy they leapt up and down, then listened carefully to Sampati and where Seeta could be found. Far across the sea is an island, inhabited by the Asuras. At its heart is a magnificent city, a wondrous place known as Lanka. In pride of place is Ravan's palace, the most beautiful I have ever seen. Hidden within its walls waits Seeta for Ram to set her free. "It is wonderful to have found Seeta, but I wish we could do more," said Angada. "If we could meet her, Ram would be reassured. I could jump over the sea and back and face the Asuras alone." "That is true," replied Jamavant, "but you should not be the one to go. Only Hanuman can fulfill this task. Of his powers he is unaware. It is time to release him from the spell, time to make him aware. Listen carefully, Hanuman, and you will clearly recall memories of your childhood, your divine powers, and much more. Your parents, Kesari and Anjana, prayed deeply for a child. Blessed by Vayu, Lord of the Winds, you arrived after a while. You were a special baby. One day you even flew to the sun. Thinking it to be a luscious fruit, everyone was stunned. In heaven the gods watched you rise, not knowing what to do. They thought you were an Asura, and the sun had to be rescued. Just as you swallowed the sun, Lord Indra threw a bolt at your face. Unconscious you fell back to earth. By Vayu you were saved. Angered by what had happened, Vayu stopped all movement of air. The gods quickly assembled before him, of their folly now aware. To appease the Lord of the Winds, by all the gods you were blessed. With magic and immortality, use the divine weapons they possessed. But you were a naughty child, Hanuman. Mischief was your game. Always playing tricks on the rishis. To your mother they all complained. At last, in a fit of frustration, one rishi cast a spell on you. All your powers would be lost until you could put them to proper use. That time is now, Hanuman. Remember everything you knew then. Taught by the enlightening sun, upon you all our hopes depend. Hanuman closed his eyes, unlocked the images from the past. As he recalled all the memories, his power returned at last. There was no stopping him now. Hanuman was invincible. Cheered on by his comrades, His stature grew and glowed in the sun. He dug his giant heel against the cliffs and prepared to leap in the sky. Launching himself like a rocket, "Jai Shri Ram," he cried. As Hanuman flew over the water, the sea began to churn. A giant mountain rose before him, called Minaka he was to learn. "My son," it called to Hanuman, "I wish to offer my services to you. I know of your mission. Rest upon me before you continue." Hanuman was touched by Minaka's offer, but he had to decline. "I have no time to lose, dear friend, but thank you for being so kind." As he continued, he met a giant serpent who would only let him pass. If he would enter her jaws, Hanuman did as the serpent asked. But first he doubled in size. The serpent's mouth opened wide. Then he shrunk and jumped in and out before he could be trapped inside. "There, I've done as you asked," he said. "Now let me on my way." She replied, "You have passed this test. In Lanka good fortune awaits." Further on, Hanuman felt a tugging. He was being dragged down. Below, a monster pulled at his shadow. Hanuman would be drowned. It shrieked, "Stay still, do not struggle. You will be my meal today." Hanuman wasted no time and killed it, then set again on his way. When he finally arrived in Lanka, the sun was setting in the sky. He landed and hid in the trees after turning back to his normal size. The first part of his mission was complete. The sea he had traversed. Now, without being discovered, for Sita he had to search. Turning himself into a tiny monkey, he swung from tree to tree, and in no time found himself before Lanka, the Asura city. At the entrance stood a giantess, towering in the evening sky. As she gazed across the horizon, she saw him and angrily cried, "What do you think you're doing? Little monkey, step away." "I would like to enter your city," Hanuman meekly explained. The Asura rudely struck Hanuman. He responded with a blow of his own. It threw her to the ground. In agony she moaned and groaned. "Undone, we are undone. It is time to pay for Raavan's crimes. It has been foretold that you would come, and this would be the sign. When a monkey strikes me down, this beautiful city will be destroyed." So saying, she stepped aside, giving way to Ram's envoy.